You guys like Oreos?
We like what?
Oreos.
Oreos,
very
the cookie?
much.
Yeah.
Milk's favorite cookie.
Yeah. What else would an Oreo be, Brandon?
I thought you said Oriole, like the bird.
I heard that too.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
I
kinda
totally heard that too.
Jesus
Wow.
Christ.
Okay. Anyways,
the beautiful chocolate, either stuffed or double stuffed cookie, right?
Yeah, they
Double
make them
stuffed. You can't-
gluten-free
you-
now.
Let's
So
talk
I'm
about
a
this for a
fan.
second, because
Sure.
double stuffed is the best Oreo.
disagree.
Oh, that's interesting.
Too much stuffing.
Do you guys dip yours in anything?
Just milk.
Milk.
Yeah, so I've been dipping mine in water because my dad never came home with the milk.
Oh, someone needs a hug.
Oh, jeez. Emily, give him a hug. Where your?
I'm not a hugger.
He's like, don't touch me.
Please don't.
I think I speak for Brandon saying we're your daddy now. Very good one,
Well-
Doc. One more time. Hey guys, welcome to Second Office. Host Alec George with Doc, Emily,
Woo!
Brandon.
Hey now.
Someone's birthday tomorrow.
Whose?
Brandon?
Not mine.
Emily's birthday tomorrow on Valentine's Day. Let's go. Yes, very big day for me. Valentine's Day and my wife's birthday are on the same day.
Do you double present? Like, or is it
You know what's funny is I doubled down on 0 presents.
nice?
Yep, we just had a vacation, so that's kind of our.
You're like,
We're,
you get nothing.
Exactly. We're by her own birthday wants, we are doing very little, and we can't wait.
Yeah, we've been going out shopping, eating at restaurants and bars. So
Living luxuriously.
I'm ready to be home, just DoorDash some grub and watch some TV.
Well, there's a plan.
Yeah.
So
The new Love is Blind Minneapolis.
We're gonna get tacos.
Is coming out tomorrow.
We're getting tacos, and we're gonna the new Love Is Blind, which their contestants are from the Twin Cities.
I can't wait.
Yep.
That's exciting.
So,
I feel
can't-
like the candidates are really going to be between like my age, probably a little younger, up to like your age. And I feel like
There's always a
between
few
the two
younger
of us-
20s. There's always a few
yeah,
younger 20s.
but usually between our age. So I feel like there's a really good chance we might even know someone.
At least with a few degrees
even
of
if it's
separation.
like I work
Could be
with that
sitting on the
person.
couch.
Could be. Whoa! And
You
then
know.
it comes out episode 3. He's married with a child.
Now, would that not make for great television or what?
It would.
Yeah.
No, very much
It'd be
would.
great.
I hope with my heart of hearts there's a stereotypical Minnesotan accent behind one of those walls, and they're just super monotone, and they have no control of the volume of their voice, and they're just like, "Oh yeah, I am behind a big wall. I can't see you.
This is so fun.
Have you been to St. Paul? I'm from St. Paul.
This is a surreal experience.
You sound so hot. Love your voice. Okay, that would be good. Brandon,
Oh,
is that to
really?
say? Brandon, is this to say you are a fan of Love Is Blind?
I do enjoy Love Is Blind. It is a guilty pleasure of mine. My wife and I binge watch it. Although last season we couldn't make it through the whole season. It just got to be too much.
Did
But
we watch that one, Emily? Did we
Which
get,
one
did
was
we get-
last season?
Oh God, I couldn't tell you.
Who were like the main characters that were like the thing?
I honestly
The
I
last
quit
one-
watching because it was so unbearable. But
the last
Right,
one
it
we
gets that.
watched
You can only watch so much sometimes. However,
was the girl. What was her name?
Chelsea.
Chelsea. And her
that was 2 seasons
frown
ago.
That was
was
2
too-
seasons. Okay,
that
gotcha.
one was brutal.
The
It was
most
so
intense
good.
frown I've ever seen in my life. On
we
that
were like,
girl.
how does she even do that? I was trying to do it like.
You can't. Do you remember that, Brandon?
Yes, she was like, "Oh, I look just like Megan Fox."
and then the guy was like, he was like pumped. He was
Yeah,
like,
he
oh
was
my
like-
god, she looks like Megan Fox. Like he like had that in his mind. She walks out in his face. So
He
funny.
looked like he
I mean,
got
she
hit
was a
in the
very
face
cute-
with an ugly
no,
truck. He
well,
was like, "What?"
And he mentioned it.
and
He
she
goes, not
wasn't-
really like Megan Fox, but
Well, no,
beautiful,
and she
beautiful."
was, and she, okay, you guys, and she was a pretty girl, definitely, but like he had built up so high in his mind that like Megan
just
Fox
didn't
was
look
gonna
like
walk
Megan
out the
Fox.
door, and she just didn't look like
He
her
should
in
have
his
known
face.
better.
He should
Like,
have.
come
He should
on.
have.
No, totally. That's what I thought too. I'm like, how are you this disappointed?
I got the
And
biggest kick out of the show.
The funniest part about that though is she was the one who brought it up. She goes, "Hey, has anyone ever told you you look like a celebrity?" And he was like, "Oh yeah," and I forgot who he said. Like, "Oh, sometimes people tell me I look like blah blah." And she's like, and he's like, how about you? And she's like, I mean, people tell me I look like Megan Fox. And he's just
She
like,
was ready for it. Like, she asked a
"What?"
question because she wanted to say she looked like
Well,
Megan
that's what
Fox.
I was just saying.
I know.
Like, she was fishing for it.
Big time.
Nice.
Big time fishing. And she caught him. She caught herself an almost hubby.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I'm
Yeah.
sure that didn't.
They didn't work out.
last. Yeah.
But they did
No.
match with each other. They did match. So then they ended
did.
up in the house with each other.
Yeah.
Is this going to be a Love Is Blind podcast now?
yeah.
And they were the most unbearable couple. Just like I felt like he was trying, but she was a handful. She was a handful. And
Well, she was getting drunk and like getting all upset and crying.
she was also the one I make the example of every time when it's like, oh, guys are pegs. And then I'm watching Love Is Blind, and everyone has their first night together after they match, and then they're all in the
Yes.
house together.
And they're like,
girls
oh, did you
meet
have a
for the-
nice time with the
The
guys?
girls meet for the first time. The guys meet for the first time.
Yeah, and the
with
guys are like, oh,
all
yeah, she was really nice, or this was
love
a
her
good time.
personality. I really see a connection here. And then it goes to Chelsea. It was Chelsea, that example I always
And
make.
they're all like,
Did
have you seen his dick? Yeah,
you see
and
his
I'm
dick?
just like, oh
big?
my gosh.
Yeah, it was good.
Dirty.
So we're very excited.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Very excited for
Dakota,
the new
are you a
season.
fan? Do you watch?
We have watched the early seasons. We have not watched any of the recent ones, but since this one is the Twin Cities,
Here we go.
You're gonna have to.
We will, and then by episode 3, though, I'm gonna have to make sure my wife's nowhere around because
That's when
Shit.
that's when it all comes out. Okay. So
Wait.
you just have to like, oh, our Netflix subscription.
it just got
weird.
canceled. Oh no. Yeah, because I'm gonna come out as a special guest, and things get weird
exactly.
and awkward.
Then you're going to be on all the Netflix reality shows because they use everyone for every show now.
That's great.
It's at Nick Lachey and his.
I
And,
know. It's like
and
once
his
they're
wife.
on one,
Mhm.
and then you watch another one, and they're like, yeah, I was on this,
Yeah,
and I
Love
was
Island,
on this,
Yes,
and I was
uh-huh.
on the Love Island,
Perfect
and the
match.
circle, and the
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what the?
Way more into all this stuff than I ever would have guessed.
So-
Although I can't be surprised because I love Jersey Shore when it was out. It's good fun.
I
GTL?
did-
Jersey Shore is great.
Jersey Shore is hilarious.
I have GTL'd. I do not GTL.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
No T-shirt Tuesdays for you.
no.
Would you ever wear a "I got this dog in me" shirt out to the
Absolutely.
bar?
I would. I would just be scared that I couldn't pull it off like you.
I don't know if I'm pulling it off, but it's on.
Yeah. Nice. Oh, good. Yeah, Love Is Blind. Can't wait. That'll be awesome. Other things happened. I miss you guys. Haven't seen you in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's
You
been
guys
busy.
had a vacation. You were in Florida,
Well, it's a workcation, but yeah.
but you got to drink around the world.
Well, one of us did.
One of
was-
us did.
Who was that?
Not me.
Brandon.
I got about 3/4 of the way around
Oh,
the world, and the world
no.
didn't stop spinning. And
you went to
I made
bed.
a beeline to the shuttle. I was out.
Well, I don't know if it was a beeline either. I did not want to leave him.
It was serpentine.
He's hanging onto the rail. He ends in Mexico, and he's just looking at this margarita going, I can't drink that.
Why was that?
Yeah, Brandon, did you go too fast? Did you double up any countries? What happened? Can you walk us through it?
I started strong. I housed every drink that came my way. And then we got to
Started strong.
I did. I mean,
Way to
Dakota will vouch. He's seen me.
Yep.
Those drinks did not last more than a couple seconds.
It was impressive. Because some of them were
Yeah.
frozen
frozen slushies.
Brain freeze and
Yeah.
all, Brandon?
No, it was so hot outside. It was 81 degrees, so
Oh,
it wasn't
nice.
like it was refreshing. But we got to this one place where, we got to America because Dakota doesn't eat ethnic food. We
I know
thought we
that.
should eat.
No, he's an all chicken diet. We know
I'm
that.
just a picky guy,
That's
okay?
all.
He only eats chicken nuggets with ketchup.
Kind of.
Exactly, yeah. So we had to find that.
He's that
But we
kid.
found this barbecue
He's that
place,
kid.
and I just ate way too much food on top of all that booze,
Oh, the food
thinking
won't
it
help.
would like absorb it.
No, slows you
It
down.
just made me way too full and slowed me down. And then I had a couple more drinks after that, and then we got to this one spot where I had a drink called the mint julep, which was a frozen. What do you think, Dakota? Was
I
that
know what a
like
mint
gin?
julep is.
I don't know. I
thing.
didn't get it because I knew from an earlier stop that I did not like alcohol that had mint in it.
Sure.
So I did not get that. I just went. It was at America. You just America hurt you really bad.
Yeah.
They were trying to deport
Why?
you out of Disney because you got all that barbecue. Then you layered it on with a mint julep, which was like the consistency of an applesauce.
Interesting.
Yeah, and it was just pure booze.
So mint julep is bourbon, sugar, water, crushed or shaved ice, fresh mint.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, it
Very,
did
very,
not.
very popular at the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, it did not look good. So I went with just bourbon.
Great.
and lemonade.
Probably
Can't go wrong.
Probably should have followed.
Can't
your
go wrong.
suit, but
Okay, you still had a drink.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, I did.
bourbon
And then
is
we
America.
went to a couple other countries after that. We opted just to have beers, like, because that's
Sure.
one thing I absolutely could drink and drink very.
So you didn't
quickly.
always do the drink that they recommended at the country?
Well,
No,
they don't
yeah.
recommend anything. They don't
Oh,
they
sure,
don't
okay.
advertise drinking around the world, right?
Oh,
That's just
it's not. It's
people
like a
have made
separate-
that, and it's what people do.
That makes sense.
But like the vendors and stuff don't say, "Oh, this if you're drinking around the world, this is what you should."
I was going to
get."
say, how do they advocate for
No, you
having
can't.
11 drinks?
Yeah, you can't do that.
That'd be dangerous. Okay, that
It's
makes
not
more
allowed.
sense. Makes a lot more sense. Brandon, continue.
Yeah. So after that mint julep, we stopped at a few other places. Right, Dakota had a couple beers. I'm
Yep.
going to start leaning on your memory better than mine.
Yeah, I mean, America was only stop 4, so
Yeah.
you still somehow made it through 4 more that you completed.
At what point did we receive the text? He's gone.
That from me,
Yeah, that Brandon was gone.
Mexico.
Okay.
So
you got lost in Mexico.
America was stop 4. We went to 4 more countries. Mexico was stop 9. They get margaritas, and I get some kind of Mexican beer.
Mhm.
And see, that's where you went wrong because we were starting to drink beer, and then you were like, "No, I'm going to get a margarita."
Mark time.
You sat it on the table and didn't touch it. You stared at it, grabbed the guardrail, looked at me and Dobby, and said, "We need to go."
This isn't happening.
And we look at you going, "No,
No.
we're finishing this." And you're like, "I can't."
We need to.
And I'm just like, I'm looking at you and I'm like, I cannot leave you.
We need to
Like,
get the fuck out of
I'm
here.
just like, no man left behind. I cannot leave you here.
Of course not.
And you're like, I can make it back. I've done it all week. I know where I'm going. And I'm like, okay, well, because I'm finishing this. So I guess if you're going, you're going.
Yeah.
So he does. We leave him. And I don't know how you got back to the correct bus. Maybe a lot of thoughts and prayers.
Yeah, no, it wasn't hard because I
You just have
knew
to
I
go
just
back and
needed to
crash?
get to a tram.
Right.
And if I could get to the tram, it would take me back to the main Disney transportation hub, where and from there it's super easy to find the shuttle because I have done it with my family about 15 times over the
I
weekend.
mean, worst case scenario, you just call an Uber.
No, this is all within the park and the hotels
Yeah.
right there. And, Yep.
yeah.
And
So
So you
I
can't
found
just call.
I found where I needed to be. Eventually, I found where I needed to be.
He
I
did.
remember laying down on the cement, waiting for the Drury shuttle to arrive,
Just gonna lay
hoping
down.
and praying that the concrete would be cool
Where
on
dreams
my
come true, right?
boiling hot
The cement
drunk
of
skin.
Disney. On that hot Disney cement.
so
And I remember laying there texting my wife. And eventually the Drury
Help.
bus shows up and
Help. Honey.
yeah, I
You make
I
that
get
last
on,
phone
and I don't
call.
really recall much after that, but I do remember Dakota and Dobby jumping on the bus.
yes. So this
Oh,
is
like
the best part.
superheroes.
So
Same bus?
we had a shuttle, like time frames, right? And
Yeah.
like they were about an hour apart.
Yeah.
And when we left him, we're like, great, you're gonna make it to the 7:00 shuttle. You will get on it. You'll be good.
We're
if
gonna
you make it there.
We're gonna finish the last.
We'll finish
two.
and get on the 8:00. So we went. We went to Canada. We drank at Canada.
It took him a minute.
We took a video cheersing because we took a video at every spot. I need to put them together and post it to our socials. By the way, like and subscribe.
No, you're not.
And so at Canada, we cheers and talk about losing a man. And
Our
then
fallen soldier.
then we move on.
Did you pour one out for Brandon?
Well,
You should have.
you got to take care of him. And then we move on to the UK. We have a flight of beers because me and Dobby aren't little boys.
And you finished strong.
Yeah.
Brandon started strong. You guys finished strong.
And then we look at each other, and me and Dobby go, man, if we get out of here, we can actually make that 7:00 shuttle.
Oh, okay. I thought Brandon just took his time somehow and maybe took a little nap on the cement and then woke up for the 8:00.
So we walk briskly out of the park, get on the tram.
Yep.
We get off the tram. Dobby sees the shuttle still there, so he sprints for the shuttle. And I'm like, it only needs one of us getting there in time. I can walk.
Yeah.
So I walk behind him. We get on the bus, and yeah, Brandon's there making new friends with people he's never met before in his entire life.
Hell yeah.
He probably doesn't remember this.
I don't.
Brandon, I do the same thing.
You're just so chatty.
When I'm drunk, I just make all kinds of friends.
Well, the
It
problem
just
is we
happens.
work with these people.
Brandon, we had such a good
Even
time last
better.
night. Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was nice to meet you.
Great.
And then there's another group of work colleagues get on the bus, and one of them Brandon actually knows really well. He doesn't remember talking to him,
Oh,
and it's just
shit.
great. It was just fantastic.
That's awesome.
So some people you can always tell, but Brandon, you're I don't know. You hold it together so well.
Oh, no.
Not this time. Okay.
No, this was not my finest moment. This was not. This isn't a story of heroics by any mean. This was survival.
He looks
And
Is this you?
survival.
Oh Jesus! I
God,
can
he's
see
just
it.
he's just gone.
Oh,
He's just
no.
done. He's just sitting
yeah,
there.
I was in bed by 8:30
What's the red
that night.
drink?
I'm sure you got great
That's
sleep.
The margarita he couldn't finish.
Sure, you got great sleep.
Jeez.
Oh yeah, woke up at 1 a.m., popped a few Advil,
Yes.
had a
Oh,
bottle of
yeah.
water, and
Yep.
and just kind of laid there and watched movies all night.
That's awesome. That's a night.
Do you order
But
room
yeah.
service?
No, but I'm a little upset because I found out the next day
Jesus.
when I woke up at 1 a.m. I probably could have went downstairs to the bar because Doc and Dobby
Remember
were
that
still at the bar.
Yeah, we kept drinking.
You know,
so.
that's that time of night where you really need some, like, I don't know, some chicken wings or some French fries to soak
Loaded
it all
nachos,
up.
I'm thinking of
Nachos,
nachos.
Yeah, so that's what we did. We got back.
So that's what we did.
Brandon disappeared, and rightfully so. He did the correct thing.
Yeah.
Me and Dobby went and we had essentially dinner, and we ordered another drink. We finished dinner, and I look at Dobby, and I'm, right, we just drank around the world, had another beverage. I look at him like, we should call it a night.
How many?
Sure.
So if you drink around the world,
It's
It's
I'm curious.
11.
It's 11.
11 drinks, you
Yes.
guys. In what
You're walking-
time
you're
period?
walking
In
around.
what time period though? Is
Um,
this? And I get you're
We
walking
started
around.
at 2 p.m.
We
started around 2 p.m.
And then when did you end?
We got back to the hotel. Well, we finished before 7 because we made it on the 7 o'clock shuttle.
2 drinks an hour. Nice.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah, fine.
Hell yeah.
Okay, you guys, max I can drink 5 drinks.
Yeah.
And I'm like on the ground.
Once we ate, I got it. I was like, I'm in it. Let's do it.
Oh yeah. Then
Before I was
you kinda get,
struggling.
you kind of get your second wind. No,
Yeah.
that's totally true. That happened to us on our vacation too.
Well,
Like,
we had also, me and Dobby had woke up at like 4 a.m. because we had a flight super early in the morning to get down there,
Yep.
and I didn't eat because I was going to be on a plane. Didn't
Yep.
want to do that to myself.
So
Right.
no, I had the realization that I can't put whatever the hell I want in my body and expect to party all night anymore.
Yeah.
I can't. So if I start drinking too early, or if I eat too much, I'm toast and I'm just ready for bed. So I'm like saving myself for like we did a haunted bar crawl down in San Antonio that we can talk about. But I was like, nope, I need to eat light. I'm not going to start with the bourbon because the bourbon just makes me sleepy. The longer I drink bourbon, Emily's like, yep, we're doing vodka and tequila. I'm like, okay, that's great. And she goes, and you need a little bit of carbs. Make sure you get carbs. And I'm like, okay. So I had a roll and a little bit of mashed potatoes. And you play your cards right, and you can go the distance.
Well, so the problem though, it came to a point where I looked at Dobby and I said, "You need to go upstairs,"
Yep.
because I could start to tell on him too.
Yep.
And like, this isn't. It's a vacation, but it's not. We're working.
You're there for work.
And there's all these important people.
Yes.
And I'm like, dude, you need to get out of the public space.
Yes.
You need to go upstairs.
Dobby was
He
getting there.
didn't listen.
Oh, Dobby.
He took an Uber, met up with some members of his team he works on,
Okay.
drank with them, came back to the hotel, starts drinking with the son of the president of our company.
Fucking right, Dobby.
Good job,
Fearless.
Dobby.
And he
Fearless.
just doesn't. I asked him today. I was like, so what did you talk about?
Yeah.
And he remembers talking about an airplane
Uh-huh.
and nothing else. And I'm like,
Sounds
great.
like my son.
Airplane.
I'm just like, dude.
Airplane.
Fearless.
I mean,
Damn. Good for
Dobby's
Dobby.
kind of got, for unfortunate reasons, an ace up his sleeve and kind of is okay from
Yeah.
being fired, but
Yeah.
not what you want to do.
Well, see, I would have loved to see him just going to town. Dang it. There should have been videos. That would have been sweet. Well, good times, guys.
Yeah. Well, there's videos I'm sure he'll show you that you can see me, my eyes rolling back in my head while the sun's still up. So
Yeah.
It sounds like a valiant
I
effort
saw
at the
a
very
couple
least. Brandon.
videos.
At the
Dakota
very
just showed
least.
me 2 videos that were pretty funny.
They're great. I mean, it's beautiful. The second office will be making Jerking Around the World shirts, and they'll be available on our website to buy.
Yes.
Thesecondoffice.com. Check us out.
Like,
you
subscribe, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram.
All
Should
of it.
we go in a little bit now that we're talking about? We don't need to talk about our entire vacation, but we went to.
They have to ask. That's the rule. They have to ask.
I would love to understand what was the plan before you left Minnesota? Where were you supposed to go?
Can I preface? And then I'll let Emily go? yes.
Actually, I think I should explain
Well,
it.
I think I even
Because
said on the show.
It was all Alex's fault,
Oh my God, we
and
agreed
he
that
messed up our vacation. And we were supposed to go to Mexico, and we ended up going to Texas. Okay, go ahead.
I think I said that yes, we had an all-inclusive plan to Puerto Vallarta.
How was it?
So
Were super excited for the buffets.
so it didn't happen. So it's Friday night. We leave 6 a.m. Saturday morning. We're all oh man, we're packed. We're like 95% packed. It's like just like our personal bag stuff. Like, oh yeah, I'll bring the computer just in case type thing. Emily's like, oh yeah, I forgot. Check into our flight. I'm like, sweet, yeah, get us the sweet seats.
Well, we already had our seats. You just have to check in.
Okay, just checking for the flight. And she's like, your passport's expired. And I'm like, no, it's not. She's like, yes, it is. I was like, show me. And she shows me the passport. I was like, that's my old passport. Jane, fuck off. I said, that's my old passport.
And
I
he's
said,
like-
that got taken forever ago.
Yeah.
And you agreed.
Because you kept telling me, and you
It
and
was
your
our first
mom,
thought. It was
you
our
and your
first
mom
thought.
both kept saying Alec has a new passport.
We still don't know what happened. I got my license renewed recently, and maybe that's what I was thinking of.
Right, I think that's what
It
happened.
was the first thought I had
think that's what happened.
when Emily said the trip is booked. I said, how's our passports? And she said, mine's good till 27. I'm like, mine's good longer than yours.
What
And
if
that's
you?
the last thought we gave to it.
What if you
It's the
would-
absolute last thought.
You legit have an updated passport somewhere and you just couldn't find it.
We're expecting that.
We actually think there might be an
We're
updated
expecting that.
passport somewhere.
Only reason I don't
gonna
think that
find
is because
out.
it was that old passport that was with her passport that we took to Mexico, to Punta Cana, which was our last trip
Yeah.
3 years ago.
Right, but that's when it expired, and you went and got a new ID. And I remember you said, "I'm going to get a new passport at the same time."
Yeah.
They're very well. You could have like
I
discarded the wrong one.
wanted to get that all-in-one type deal.
Well, that doesn't. You
It doesn't
can't.
even work?
That only work. Not you can't fly. The real ID isn't for. It's if you drive into
Tell me what I
Canada.
can't do. Spread my wings.
The real ID,
He's American.
the new one you're supposed to have May 7th, if you guys didn't know this. If you want the real ID, it's required May 7th if you want to fly with
Yeah,
a
take
with
Take this advice.
with a state ID. If you want to fly with state ID, the deadline is May 7th. You have to have the real ID.
Real ID.
I have a passport ID.
Yes.
And
that.
then and if you want to go to Canada or Mexico, it's only by boat or motor vehicle, not flying. If you fly, you need a passport.
So we didn't go to Mexico. We went to San
Oh.
Antonio. and
We
honestly,
had a blast.
it was
though.
freaking
It
sweet.
was so fun. Yeah, right.
seriously,
border.
everyone should look up Hotel Emma. It's the greatest hotel I've ever stayed at, and honestly probably plan to stay at unless we say something
It was
crazy.
fantastic.
This hotel's insane. It's in the Pearl District of San Antonio, which is at the north end of the Riverwalk. We had the greatest food. We had the greatest service. An awesome hotel room. We got to watch the Super Bowl there. I had a $100 steak. First time in my life I've ever got a fancy steak.
Which is
worth
your
it.
own fault.
It was super worth it.
Because the opportunities, you could have had a nice steak, you order a burger, but okay.
Burger Quest.
Yes, Burger Quest. I stand by decisions to
acceptable.
buy burgers at
Absolutely.
restaurants. Always. We had a great time. We had a great time, but I missed you guys, and now we're back, and we missed the Super Bowl.
I thought we were going to talk about our haunted bar crawl.
Do tell.
Because they talked
No,
about
you're correct.
No,
their
I wanna-
around
I wanna
the
hear it.
world.
It's true. The
Yes.
around the world bar crawl compared to our haunted bar crawl. Emily,
Yeah.
go.
Okay.
Did you see any
So,
ghosts?
hold
Were
on
there a lot of
second.
spirits?
It started with we weren't
Huh?
even intent. We
Do you
weren't
get it?
initially
Spirits.
Yeah.
Booze.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so it didn't even.
That's another t-shirt.
Yep.
When we were going, we weren't initially thinking we were going to do a haunted bar crawl. It wasn't even on our agenda. However, our room, we are pretty sure, was haunted. We have never stayed in a haunted hotel room. We aren't the type of people to be looking for haunted things.
No, I would
Or
not. I
haunted
would not by
rooms.
choice stay in a quote haunted hotel room.
Exactly. We are
I
not
just
those
wouldn't.
people. Like, we just wouldn't do it. Yeah, we're babies. We'd be scared. So anyways, that's a different, maybe that's a post show. Maybe that's a premium content thing where we can talk about the experience, the haunted experience we had.
Yeah,
in the
just say
Emma
just
Hotel.
say where we went, and we'll talk about the places we went.
Yeah. So anyway, so we had a haunted. We think our hotel was haunted. So we go, well, what if we did a haunted bar crawl? A lot of people say that the San Antonio area, the Riverwalk, the Pearl District, and the entire Riverwalk, there's many hotels that are supposedly haunted. So
There's crazy history there.
there's
It's really
crazy
cool.
history. It's a very
First of
old
all, the
town.
Alamo. We all know about the Alamo.
Yep. Lots
A
of
lot
people
of
died.
deaths. Doc doesn't know about the Alamo.
Okay, well, Doc, you can
I don't
educate
remember
yourself.
the
You can
Alamo.
educate yourself. Anyways, so a lot of people died, and there's a ton of history there. It's a very old city, and anyways, so we decided, wouldn't it be fun to go do a haunted bar crawl at some of the most haunted hotels / bars, and so the first
We decided this after the night that we decided our room was haunted because
Yes.
we just started looking stuff up, and
yeah,
it
and
was
we're just like, wow,
this whole damn city is haunted.
yeah, let's go to the most
And there's
haunted
also
bars.
great bars.
There is. So first we went to the Menger Bar and Menger Hotel, and that is where Teddy Roosevelt recruited the.
That is where the
Rough
idea of
Riders.
the Rough Riders was established.
And the bar is like all original. There's the bullet holes in the bar. One of them is from Teddy Roosevelt. One was from some other guy.
A bunch of cowboys settling their differences.
It was super fun. We did not see the ghost of Teddy Roosevelt. We didn't see anything paranormal. But the bar was really fun.
Bar
And
was
what
super
I
cool.
liked most about it is they had a lot of, Teddy Roosevelt memorabilia and, a lot of
They had like actual war telegrams of like of having like the states
Yeah.
send their willing cowboys to be recruited, like
yeah. But what
respond post haste and cool shit like that.
tons of really cool
yeah.
photographs. But what I really like about the bar is it wasn't a very big touristy area. Actually, it was a lot of locals, just regular.
Yes.
That just love the bar.
Pretty cheap drinks.
Yeah,
Just got a couple of ranch waters.
It was really fun. I thought that was cool. And then we walked around. We went into the Menger Hotel lobby. Now that is a
and
haunted.
that's when it got creepy.
That was creepy.
I also just
Not-
don't like that time period of like decoration and stuff. It always just makes me not feel comfortable.
Oh
or
well,
like,
and on top of it, they had like cases
don't like
of
it.
like they had glass cases with like creepy dolls and all kinds of
oh
weird
yeah,
crap.
Nice.
And like
Just not. I mean, it was definitely haunted. I mean, we'll talk about that maybe in a premium content as well, just
Sure.
our haunted experiences
Sure,
in San
sure, sure.
Antonio. But
I do
anyway,
want
so
to
that
talk
was
about our
definitely
bar,
that was
bar
definitely
crawl,
haunted.
and then a couple of the.
Anyway, so it was the Menger lobby. The Menger Hotel is definitely haunted. If you're looking for a haunted hotel, you should definitely stay there. Then
From
we
there-
visited the Alamo at night.
Under construction.
It's under construction, so we weren't really able to visit it and like see. It was semi-closed, but
But we got to see it, and
but we
because
got
I
to
saw
see
it,
it.
I remember it.
yeah, exactly.
It's very
That's
cool.
a very a lot of people died there. Supposedly, it's very haunted. And then
Allegedly.
and then right next to that is the Emily Morgan Hotel, which is supposedly the third most haunted hotel in the United States.
Because it started as
a medical center
a
and
medical
a
center
psych ward.
and a psych ward.
And anyways, you can read all about it. The Emily Morgan has a ton of history. In the 80s, it was converted into a hotel. It's extremely haunted. Supposedly, the like the medical stainless steel gurneys is what they use. So the pool at the Emily Morgan is all stainless
It's stainless steel, and it's rumored to be the gurneys they use. In which case, why the hell would they do that? Of course, it's haunted. They asked for it.
Yeah.
So I don't know that that's true, but that's the rumor. In which case,
Supposedly-
holy shit.
Supposedly, if you go into the elevator, it brings you right to the basement. There's many claims of this.
The elevators are haunted. They have like 3 haunted floors. The basement's haunted.
There was a 13th floor.
I'm all for it.
Yep, and then,
Then they
they
changed
they
it to the
changed it to the
14th
14th
floor.
floor. They got rid of room 1408 because it adds up to 13 allegedly.
Yeah.
There's that John Cusack and Samuel L. Jackson movie 1408. That's not based off that hotel,
No,
but
it's
same
not.
same idea.
Same idea.
Same idea.
And then we ended it at the Esquire Tavern. They have a main
Oldest bar in
restaurant
San
and
Antonio,
bar
right?
on the
Is that right?
Riverwalk.
Yep.
I'm not in San Antonio, on the Riverwalk.
On the Riverwalk.
Yep, it says one of the it's the oldest or one of the oldest on the Riverwalk. The main level is just a nice bar and restaurant, but then they have a lower level which is it's really eccentric. It's they have taxidermy and old fish and bugs.
Everything's taxidermied everywhere. They got super cool drinks. And
the drinks are actually delicious. The
best
bartenders
drinks
know
of
what
the
they're
night,
doing.
best drinks that we had when we were there, and bartenders that are on so much cocaine
No, it was just the one. The other ones were fine.
that we know of. They didn't help us.
They didn't help us.
We
But
don't
our
know
one
that they were
bartender,
they could have just handled it a little bit better than he did, or he was just doing way the hell more.
That sounds
yeah.
good night.
Couldn't stop rubbing his nose, his face, his hair, touching the basket of fruit right
Come
there.
on, you don't got to talk about it.
Oh, he was.
Don't
he
got to
was
call.
great.
Don't got to call
I'm not
guys
calling him
out.
out at all. He was the best bartender we had.
That's right.
And we were like,
Damn right he was.
do you think San Antonio's haunted? And he's like, hell yeah.
And then he told us the stories through
yeah, we got
yeah,
a lot of good stories.
the best he
and
could through
it was a good.
through the lines over his face.
Yeah.
Come on,
But
man.
I think we'll definitely do.
It was great. It was a great experience.
We'll
and he helped
definitely
it.
do some premium
I'm not
content.
talking shit.
I think we should definitely do some premium content talking about our haunted hotel room, our experience in the Menger lobby,
And we had an experience.
yeah.
I would love to hear about what happened in your hotel room.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear about Freaking the Sheets.
You guys go. Very nice. Okay. Yeah, we had a kick-ass time. Super kick-ass time.
Sounds like you
And
two are
the
keeping the
Super Bowl.
magic alive. That's
Does
great.
that mean we're gonna go right into the Super Bowl halftime show?
Yeah, do you want to forego the game and start with...
Well, that's all I care about.
I know.
The
Okay.
food and the halftime
All right, let's
show.
start with the
Come on.
we'll start with the halftime show and then we can discuss the game because I think we can all agree
Kendrick's bell-bottom jeans. I need a pair of those.
they're very cool. You commented those
I was
at
like,
the time.
what?
I don't know the validity behind this. However, I did see a headline, so I put it here. Those jeans are female jeans that were actually meant for Timothy Chalamet. It's a headline I read, and I'm going to go with it.
Nice.
They didn't look like female jeans at all.
Well, they fit him perfectly.
All I know is that there is a puddle ready to be stepped in those jeans.
Mm-hmm. Take it from my 90s Jenko jeans.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, you
That's
guys, look what
not
I'm
a fun,
wearing.
That's not a fun walk home.
Yeah. Emily has some.
I am
some
wearing
Nice.
something similar.
Thank God it's not above 32 degrees here because you would be soaked up to your knee in water.
It's
You're going to be frozen.
it's so true.
Bell-bottom jeans, though, are making a comeback. They are so flattering on a lot of people, including myself and Kendrick
We
Lamar.
should all get a pair.
Absolutely.
Let's bell bottom it up. We'll sell it on the shop. Who
Okay.
can make jeans for us?
Okay, not necessarily bell-bottom. They weren't bell-bottoms. They were boot cut. They were boot
Either way.
cut.
Either way.
Can you get those in pajama jeans? You know what I mean?
That is like what I'm wearing
That's
right
what
now,
Emily's
you guys.
wearing right now.
These are sweatpant jeans,
And she gets
They're
to wear 'em,
wide
she gets to wear them
leg
to work and
bell-bottom.
yeah, it's pretty sweet.
They are so comfortable.
So
Like I sit at my desk, there is no pinching in the tummy area.
That's awesome.
yeah,
It's fantastic.
pretty dang nice.
I have so much pinching in my tummy area all the time.
Yeah, it's
Every day
not
of my
good.
life. Every day of my life. Brandon, I'd like to start with you. Thoughts on the halftime show? How'd you like Kendrick?
I loved it. Catchy, really layered with a lot of different things. Thought he poked at, Drake quite a bit. He poked at the president quite a bit.
Yeah.
Thought it was cool. He brought Serena Williams out to do a little dance and
Yep.
and really shoot a shot at Drake. But yeah, no, it was.
I didn't
it was
even know
very
they used to
entertaining.
date. Drake,
Yeah.
Drake used to date everyone. Like
And
my
then he
God,
stalked her.
really?
Yeah.
He seems like a problematic guy.
Yeah, and I was just sitting there. My wife and I made like a mess of buffalo wings and
Nice.
food, and I was just,
Oh, that's great.
yeah, it was
That's
it
what the
was
Super
really
Bowl is all about.
attractive watching me with a face full of chicken wings and
Yeah.
looking at that halftime show.
Hell yeah. Oh, that's good. That's good stuff.
That's almost a mirror of what happened at my place because I also made a ton of buffalo wings.
Yeah.
Had my EpiPen on standby.
I was gonna say.
Did not have a reaction.
Nice.
But we made a ton of wings, watched the game, and I thought the halftime show was great. There's also layers there to Serena coming out and doing her, let's just say, fancy dance,
Fancy dance.
fancy walk. Because she did that after she won a Olympic medal.
Wimbledon.
Or was it Wimbledon?
I
Or,
thought that's what she said.
yeah, the Olympics or Wimbledon.
Mhm.
And she got fined for it. She got in trouble.
For dancing?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
Or was it because of the kind of dance it was?
probably both. but it was just great.
Jeez.
She's also
fine
there
for that.
Yep. So she's
Oh
there
Oh
with a
my
little.
gosh.
Who when else are you going to get to dance on the Super Bowl field?
People are just
That's
waiting
great.
to
Robin
get
and
offended
Drake.
by everything.
That's so
It's
true.
so crazy.
So true.
I there were so
God.
many prop bets on if he would call Drake out by name, and I'm so glad he did and stared right at the TV. And then I'm so
Big
glad,
smile.
That was great.
I'm also glad he ended by now let's turn his TV off.
Yeah.
It went black with game over.
Game over.
Like you're done, dude.
Yeah,
You're cooked.
exactly. It's so true. Game over for Drake. Also game over. I don't know. Read into it if you want, right? But I think it fits with the Black Uncle Sam bit saying, "Hey, you're doing a bad job. You're being too ghetto and all that stuff." I just thought it was all great. Thought it was all so good. He didn't even do his So he did his like recent hits, right? Love that he brought SZA out.
I was just gonna say I'm glad SZA made an appearance. It's really
Luther's
cool.
like best song of 2025 so far.
Drake
They're
also
coming to
Drake also
concert.
dated her.
Or sorry, that wasn't not even 2025. My bad. Yeah, I know that. I
Yeah.
know.
And Kendrick and SZA are coming to concert in April.
Yep. So it
Minneapolis.
made sense. I love SZA. I'm the biggest SZA fanboy.
I am too.
I can sing her albums back to front, damn near. I love SZA.
Yeah,
so
she's
that
great.
was sick. But no, like nothing from Good Kid, Mad City or To Pimp a Butterfly. I think he only went as far back as Damn, and did DNA and
I thought it was a great performance.
Biombo, as
Yeah.
you like to say, Emily.
It sounds like Biombo. I was like, what is he saying? I was like, he's saying Biombo? Like, what does
Yes.
that mean? And Alec was like, it's Biombo. And I was super embarrassed.
It's Biombo for sure.
But now
I was
the
like, but Biombo is kind of fun.
Biombo.
but now the basketball player is memed because of it. Memed Bismack Biombo. So
That's
he
right.
signed a 10-day contract because he's not the greatest player. He's a little bit older now. But he signed a 10-day contract, and of course, the top comments on any thread about his signing
Biombo.
are "sit down," and then the reply is "Biombo." So you're not alone, Emily.
Okay.
You're not alone.
I felt so bad. I was like, what is he saying? Biombo? Like, what does that mean?
Be humble. It was a great. It was.
Yeah.
It was a great halftime show. Great
It was
halftime
good.
show. I thought it was
Very
great.
good. Yeah, it was tasteful.
I
It
can't
was
say I
fun.
remember all of them, but my favorite in recent memory, for sure. Loved
Yeah.
it.
Oh, for sure.
Now the game, Emily.
The game.
Talk about the game.
Yep, the Eagles won.
Nice. So yes, I
That's
didn't think I'd find myself saying it, but all it took was
And Taylor Swift was there. They made us know that.
Taylor Swift got booed, and it
Yep.
apparently broke her heart, according to Travis Kelce.
It didn't break her heart. Everyone was like, Taylor, it's no.
Oh, I'm sure she got
Serena
all the social
Williams
media
was like,
responses.
No, we love you.
And everyone does love Taylor. She's
And they
America's
do.
sweetheart.
It's just Eagles fans being assholes.
Oh,
all
they,
it is.
they boo Santa Claus. You can't take it personal.
Exactly.
They're going to set their city on fire, win or
That's what I was
lose.
gonna say. Eat their own shit.
Seriously.
Well,
yep.
isn't Taylor Swift from Pennsylvania? And
Oh, is that why it broke her heart?
yeah, because
Oh.
she's from Pennsylvania. She grew up an Eagles fan.
Oh, really? Oh, shit.
Well, this just got funnier.
This is
and,
hilarious, actually.
And she had to go and start dating Travis Kelce, and I'm sure
Yeah.
that the fan base
Yeah.
felt
Yeah.
a little betrayed by Taylor.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't know the backstory. I was like, why are they booing Taylor
But again,
Swift?
like I said,
why?
I'm pretty sure they actually have booed Santa Claus before. They booed a 100-year-old woman before.
It's Philly.
It's Philly.
Philly.
They're gonna go eat horse shit and light their city on fire, win or lose.
Yeah, they're trash.
Yes, thank you.
99%.
Correct.
I'm sure there's 1% of good
But-
fans.
Exactly.
For that one listener that might be from Pennsylvania, no, keep listening to the show after
Yeah,
this.
like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe, man.
We need all the support. Appreciate you.
Totally. Send us a video of you eating.
Saquon's great.
Send us a video of you licking horse shit. We'll post it.
We'll make a T-shirt. you know,
Tag you and
it's fine.
everything. It'll be great. Okay. The game. Yes. All it took was for that first baloney pass interference call against AJ Brown for me to start saying "Fly Eagles, fly." Luckily, there wasn't much after in the Chiefs' favor past that. But I found myself an Eagles fan for the time being, and was very glad to see a thorough humbling from the Chiefs. I'm curious if you guys are. I don't know. You lost to the champs, right? And meanwhile, the Vikes lost to the people who lost to the champs. So by that math, Packers did better in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I thought about that.
You said it.
It was one of my first thoughts. I was like,
Yeah.
they played the Eagles tougher than the Rams did, and the Rams kicked the Vikings' ass. Just a quick thought I had.
I think that the
Minnesota
the
math.
Chiefs just got exposed.
That is Minnesota math. They did. That again, we've said it as long as this podcast has been a thing. I've said it's in the trenches. Everything starts and ends with the trenches. I learned that years ago with watching the Niners when they had Harbaugh as their coach and when they just had the crazy defenses. You sack the quarterback that many times and cause that much chaos, it's only good things. And then look what their offensive line did. Oh my gosh, just leveling people easily all game long. Hurts had all the time in the world.
The Eagles,
The line of scrimmage competition was zero competition, and the Eagles made it look easy.
Yeah. The Chiefs couldn't get their running game going at all.
Forgot about Pacheco. Completely forgot.
Pacheco, Hunt, nobody could get anything going.
I was surprised to see they didn't blitz. The most they brought was 5 guys on a couple plays. The Eagles.
Yeah.
It looked like they were bringing 7 all game because of the pressure he was
for
under.
the first half. I think there was no more than 4.
That's insane.
And
Mahomes had 24 yards passing at halftime or something like that.
he had more tears than passing yards.
Yes.
I loved
he
it.
did.
I loved him crying on the sideline.
How shitty was Mahomes? I have a stat. Excuse me.
Let's hear it.
Mahomes' 11.4 total QBR is the second lowest in a Super Bowl since ESPN introduced the metric in 06. The Chiefs trailed 34-0 in the third quarter, which is the largest deficit in any game since Mahomes became the starting quarterback in 2018. So he was very bad. How much do we read into this now, seeing as how much of a mediocre season he had? We talked about it all season long. People finally understood that he's not a fantasy quarterback anymore, and he hasn't been for more than 2 seasons now, but that was finally accepted this season. And he didn't. Chiefs won off defense, right? And managing the game. And he's great at that. I'm not calling him a game manager, even though I kind of just did. That was not my intention. But he had a super mediocre year.
Do you know what's crazy? Is he's also had like 2 mediocre years. They just happened to win the Super Bowl last year.
How did they make it to the Super Bowl then?
Well, I think a lot of black and white helped him.
This is what I was telling you about. That it's.
I was here. I believe you.
Yeah,
I've seen it before.
But also they had a great defense. They do have a great defense.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say their defense last year was
insane.
Yeah, their
Far and away
defense is
better than
great.
this year.
I mean, Spags is a great defensive coach.
They have
Terrible head coach, but
amazing
he's
coaching,
a great defensive coach.
Amazing coaching across the board. For
And
them.
I think that Mahomes just he's I don't know. He's just not good. He's made a lot of magic happen.
Yeah.
But a lot of that, like if you really look at this year, they were bad all year. It's amazing they won 15 games, and I think
true.
a lot of that
so many of them were close.
Was just greatly timed yellow
Calls.
flags.
Seriously. Again, that's kind of how they got to the Super Bowl again. Bills easily with,
Yeah. So I think it's, I think a lot of fans felt like that was going to happen again on the first penalty.
Yeah, that pass interference, which was baloney.
And then luckily
it was
the
on a fourth
Eagles
down?
Luckily the Eagles got kind of the same baloney call the next drive on their offensive drive.
Yep.
And then Mahomes got hit in the head,
Yep.
which the refs missed and didn't call, which was great.
But it was after the
Doesn't
ball.
matter. It got hit in the head.
Even after the ball's out,
Hands to the face and the helmet. Yeah.
it still should have been called. I wondered that.
Should have been called.
Okay, on Jalen Carter, I saw that.
They for sure missed it.
Okay.
Or didn't call it to make it a point.
Sure.
Which is great.
Oh, loved it. Totally loved it.
So-
Mhm. I also loved Saquon after that first. I don't know, everything that like what a timeline for this guy. Everything that every bit of news or clip that comes out about him is just turning him into a better guy and a better guy. After that initial pass interference call, of course, some of the Phillies defense is hot, and he's going out there and yelling at them, and he's like, "We are right here, win, lose, each play, we are right here. Stop it, stop freaking out, right here." He's just telling him to stay calm, and then he did that the whole game, and I think he gets that from Hurts too. Him and Hurts are really good at that.
Have you been
I've always
watching
appreciated
the
Hurts'
press
demeanor.
tour after the Super Bowl?
Yeah, a little
and
bit.
all this, how monotone Hurts and AJ Brown have been.
Hurts has always been incredibly even keeled, which I've always appreciated about him, and he seems like he's a very good leader because of that. Yeah, he never gets too high or too low.
But even AJ Brown came out and said, and I'm obviously paraphrasing. I'm not going to exact quote him, but he basically came out and was like, "Yeah, I just, it's really surreal right away that we were the best, we won, but after a couple days, I'm just ready to kind of get back at it, and I found that all my joy in this came from the ride to get here. Now that it's done, it's like, now what?"
It's a party.
So, well, yeah, but I mean, the party can only last so long.
Yeah, you gotta get back to work.
He wants to get back to work right away. So, I think the Eagles will be good again next year.
Unfortunately.
I know, and of course, people are saying they're getting Myles Garrett. Fuck,
Well,
that'd be insane.
that's not happening just yet.
That's not, yeah.
Packers getting them.
Everyone's saying they're
Vikes
getting
got some money.
Sorry.
Packers and Max
No draft
Crosby are more of a likely fit than.
Oh, that'd be a good get for you guys. He's younger than Garrett. That really is that a thing?
Yeah,
That'd be crazy. That'd suck.
would be great. Happily give
How
up the first.
about
That'd be
how
good.
about sorry. How about Super Bowl commercials? Did you guys have a favorite?
That's a good question. And no,
Yeah, I thought commercials are all trash now.
Yeah, the commercials were mediocre. I liked the
Was it the Ultra commercial?
yes
with the pickleball and
with Willem Dafoe and
Yeah.
and the funniest lady alive. Come
I'm
on,
blanking on
so bad.
too.
From Schitt's Creek and
O'Hara.
Oh,
Catherine
O'Hara,
Thank you.
yes.
Yeah, their Ultra
Yeah.
commercial was the best.
That
for
was
sure.
super funny.
Yep,
That was
love
pretty
that
good,
one.
yeah.
That was great.
Love that one. I like the Affleck's Duncan commercial too.
Yep.
I
Pretty
think
funny.
it's insane that it costs $8 million for a 30-second spot.
Oh my
Nuts.
gosh.
It's absolutely nuts.
And it's like we go to the liquor store, we pay, whatever, $12 for a case of beer or whatever, and it's like, they pay $8 billion for their commercial.
Well, not Bill, but
Or sorry, was it 8 million?
that'd be
8 million.
crazy.
Sorry, yeah, I was like, how is that
Really
possible?
would
No,
be.
8 million is crazy, but
Sorry,
Like,
8
we'll never
million-
make it.
$8 million, but seriously, $8 million for one commercial. It's like, my gosh, we were such small people.
yes, yeah, and that's how you put it.
Wow.
That's very true. Yeah, small.
Like, I just get my little case of beer, and it's like, you just do this $8 million commercial, like nothing.
That's because you bought that case of beer.
I know, but that's what I'm thinking, and it's like,
Mm-hmm.
it's just crazy to think about.
Damn right. Yeah. I mean, were you guys rooting for the Eagles? Didn't you care? I know we agreed that was the worst possible matchup, but
I wanted the Eagles for the players.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I don't have anything against any of their players. I like most of their players. I
Yeah.
know Jalen Carter had some pre-draft stuff.
He just was racing in a car.
I know he's a dumb kid, right? So,
Yeah, and AJ Brown is a little bit of a hothead, but
but none of them have,
no, they're all great.
to our knowledge, done.
They're not Patrick Mahomes, so that's all I care about.
Very true.
I hate him.
I just wanted.
I don't know why.
It's funny because I don't have. I
He's
don't have.
never
I don't have.
done
I don't have much
necessarily
against
anything
him.
wrong.
No, I
just don't like him.
That's funny.
And it's not the dynasty thing because I don't have a problem with Tom Brady.
No, I love
and
Tom
a lot of
Brady.
people I'm close to hate Tom Brady.
Me too. And I've always.
I have no problem with him.
So that's funny.
I'm
Figure
not
that
a
out for
big
yourself.
fan of his immediate entourage. Like
Yeah, that probably
He has a problematic entourage.
It does.
that's kind of what probably what's the sticking point with me is I honestly don't mind him as a player. I think he's super talented.
Says and does all the right things, right, guys? He really does.
I don't know if he says it correctly.
He
Like
sounds
what?
like Kermit the Frog, but I get that because I do too.
Was the green suit that he wore a Kermit the Frog thing or a Philadelphia Eagles thing?
I don't know. It was a mistake either way.
It was a mistake either way because he's getting made fun of for it.
It's a bad look.
yeah,
Exactly.
Gonna show up in Eagles colors? What?
Yeah.
Idiot.
Yeah, come on, man. It's stupid. Very stupid.
And then Kelsey wearing Taylor Swift's pajamas afterwards.
Really?
Did you see his outfit?
I
No.
didn't see that.
Oh
Yeah,
my
he looked
God.
like he was going to a '60s pimp party.
He's
you
such a
know?
porn star now. He is such a porn star now.
He
It
needs
started
to-
with the mustache, and he doesn't have the mustache anymore, but now it's still the hair and his outfits.
I just love that they're just like, oh, I got to take some time, and I don't know if I'm going to retire. I got to make sure I'm all in it for the boys.
Yeah.
Did you see the play where Mahomes is scrambling for his life and he's just standing there?
Yeah.
People are saying,
Dude, you're done.
he saw the flag. Flag didn't come for a minute. Like,
You're
yeah,
done, dude.
yeah,
Like,
he's
hang it up.
Mhm.
Be
Yeah.
a trophy husband.
Even throughout the season, if you watched him, and sure, just for how game flow here and there, he had some big games, and towards the end of the season, he had the big playoff game. So he's still capable. But just watching him throughout the season, it's like he's like running through cement.
He's tired.
Yeah, he's tired, and I get it.
You can only do an Eras tour so many times.
Well, he came out and talked about that too, because he's contemplating whether or not he'll even play next year.
Yeah, he should.
But and he's like, out of the past 5 seasons, we've been to the Super Bowl so many times, and that's 3 extra games every single year that nobody else is playing.
When I'm about to marry the richest girl in the country.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
And that's exhausting, So,
Yeah, somebody's got to count that money.
Seriously though.
yeah, I'm
He's
sure.
probably like, hey, oh, I'm tired. My back hurts.
But I mean, Brad, that's a good point, Brandon. I mean, 3 extra games, 5 seasons, that's a whole extra season.
It
It's
is a
15
season.
games.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
It is a season.
Yeah. So he's old.
So-
He's time to hang the cleats up.
How old is he?
He's 35.
Okay.
That's dinosaur in football years.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. 35.
Father
36, I
time
think.
never loses.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Until he does.
Okay, so yeah, we're all very happy that the Chiefs got a little humbling. We haven't seen it in a while. It was nice to see.
I'm glad they sat down and be humble.
And
Biombo.
And Biombo. Yep, that's very good. Okay, so there is some other NFL bits that will that I do want to get to.
Did you see the Saints hired a kid?
I saw they got they got Kellen.
Yeah, he's a
Lamar.
child.
He looks like a child.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
He is not a head coach.
Oh, so that's I get it. I thought it was like actually like as like an analyst or something. There's like some autistic like 12-year-old genius who and they're just
No,
was like,
there's
what?
there's no Sean Penn on the analytics
That's what I wondered.
department.
Right, I know. I was like a kid. Yes, Kellen Moore looks like a kid.
How is he going to lead that group of men?
Maybe he's good at words. You gotta hope he's good at words, because who's Liam who took for the Jags. Brandon,
God.
was it you? Like listening, like watching the guy talk, you're like, how? Like, there's no room that'll take this guy seriously.
Duval.
Exactly.
Just set the Jaguars back another 10 years. Like they don't even exist at this point.
Yeah, you gotta wonder. You really gotta wonder. I do also wonder though what their old GM Balky said or whatever, because Cohen didn't take the interview because Balky was a GM, and then Balky was fired, and then he went and took the job.
Yeah.
So that's very funny. Balky was hated. Very largely hated. Okay, a couple other things. I got a couple skull horns for Jared Allen, Hall of Fame.
Did you see how he accepted? Sodi's not here, but did you see how Jared Allen accepted? Or being told he was in the Hall of Fame?
No.
Strapped at his house.
Really?
Because he's like, who's knocking on my door? Just straight up, gun on the chest.
Oh,
What's
Jared
going
Allen,
on?
one of my all-time favorites. That dude was just brilliant. Terrorized Rodgers for years too, which was great. I think we still lost a lot of those games, but he got a lot of sacks. Got a lot of sacks. Love Jared Allen, and I can say it officially now: Cock of the Year. Go Cock! Can't wait to see what he has in store next year.
Yeah, can't wait to see who your quarterback is next year.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Very interested about that. All right. Okay. Other NFL news. The Jets tell Rodgers they're moving on. It's not us, it's you.
Well, I think you just found out who your quarterback is next year.
I know, right? That's what I'm saying.
There you go.
They also apparently during the season asked him to stop appearing on the Pat McAfee show.
Well, that's never going to happen.
Yeah, right. He didn't at any time, right?
I don't know. But I feel
can
like
guess.
I really hope Aaron Rodgers gets another quarterback job next season, because I do not want him to be a mainstay on the Pat McAfee show.
No, yeah, that'd be a bummer. I don't even watch Pat McAfee show like that, but
But the clips I see, I don't want more Rodgers in them.
no, I get you.
Less Rodgers.
I did like the interview that Caleb Williams did with him, but that was more for Caleb Williams than for Rodgers. But Rodgers, he handled it well, and he was actually kind of funny too.
Cool.
I don't know. He's always seemed like
I'm glad you're embracing your future quarterback.
he seemed like a. I'm starting to talk myself into it because there's the potential, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
There's got to
We're in
be
the
the potential
Matrix.
there. Exactly. So I don't know. There's times where you're like, oh, down to earth dude, and then he does a lot of other stuff, and you're just like, fuck that guy.
Can you imagine Rodgers throwing passes to Justin Jefferson and Addison?
Does he have the
Hawkinson?
arms?
That's what I'm
Still?
saying. I know you really got to wonder. So, how much of it was coming back from that injury? But Brett Favre's season with the Jets was like his worst season ever. I think we looked this up.
Yeah, dude,
and then he came back and had the best season ever with the Vikes. So with KOC,
Almost get you guys to the Super Bowl.
man, if he could get us to the championship game just to throw across his body, pick to end the game,
Yeah.
love it.
And then he retires.
No, then he plays one more season where he shouldn't, and it just goes mediocre.
Gets hurt.
Sets us back another year.
Yeah.
It's probably the way it'll go.
I really hope so.
You can only hope, right?
I think
Fun
we
times.
should make a bet.
Fun times with Brett Favre. A Baltimore man is facing 3 felony charges, you guys, for flying a drone over the Ravens versus Steelers playoff game.
Jesus.
3 felony charges.
Oh my gosh.
Seems
That's
heavy.
serious.
Seems like a bit much, right?
Well, there could have been a bomb on the drone.
That's
true.
Mm-hmm.
Anything.
I know, you never know. Player safety and
Yeah, restricted
everyone's-
airspace,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
I get
For
it.
sure.
I get it. 3 felonies. The Titans are open to trading their first overall pick. What does that tell you? What does that tell you about the Titans? What does that tell you about the draft?
Tells you there are no quarterbacks in the draft. So if you are
That's what
a
I thought.
fantasy football team
Yes.
in need of a dynasty quarterback, thoughts and prayers.
Yeah, it's so true. Because outside
It's
of
weak.
outside, like is Shadur going to be the first quarterback?
Well, it's a
Cam
debate
Ward.
between him and Cam Ward. And
Cam Ward is for Oregon,
Miami.
Miami.
And
Who's the Oregon guy?
I don't know.
Do they not have a really good quarterback who's going to get drafted? Brandon?
I don't
I
think
don't-
I
I don't
don't
know.
think
We don't know
he's-
shit.
I don't think he declared. I think he's staying at Oregon, isn't he?
I don't know.
I don't know.
All right. So Cam Ward or Shadur?
Yeah. And neither one of them are like as of right now.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Fantasy people are not drooling over them.
Interesting.
So
The Titans probably don't want him.
well, and they might also be like, hey, we'll give Mayonnaise Will another shot. We'll give him one more season and see if he really isn't it.
Is there that generational wide receiver that they could get him?
No.
Right. That's what I thought. What do
There-
we have this year in the draft? What's this draft good for? D line, is
no.
that a thing? Did I read
there's,
that?
There's some top D line guys.
Okay.
I think there's a couple high end corners.
Okay.
Left
A
tackle.
lot of edge rushers.
A couple offensive tackles. But this is like a weak draft.
So you kind of have to just go best player available.
Running back is deep, so it'd be interesting to see how high. Why am I blanking on his name?
Ashton Genty.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see how high he goes because some teams may shy away from it because of the depth in the draft. Which is why you see me unloading all of my dynasty fantasy first round draft picks. They are for sale. If you feel like there's someone out there that you want, my picks are available.
Well, you would still want to go for Genty,
For the
no matter where he
low
goes.
price
You
of
know, you
your
still
soul.
want him.
Well, I do have the second overall pick, so maybe you can get him. It's available if you want to make a deal.
Amon Ra.
Yeah, done. Send it.
Okay. That's kind of sucks for the Titans. Do you still believe in Mayo? Will?
He's got a strong arm.
He's got cannon.
I think if you're because the Titans, do they have a brand new GM or is it the same GM, brand new coach? I don't know.
They switched it up, right? I can't tell.
I think maybe you give him another shot. I think you try to draft either one of these receivers if you're in a good draft spot. If I'm them, I'm trading out of one as well. Maybe someone's
Take the best offer, probably,
Yeah.
right? And you can still get
fall
someone to
back a
either
little
help
bit,
Will or-
build an offensive line or wide receiver. I think, like you said earlier, the Super Bowl just showed it is built in the trenches. If you want to win, you have to have
That's where
a
it starts.
foundation.
That is where it
If you
starts.
want your house to stay standing,
It's a
you have-
foundation.
that's right.
Man, it's like a good bed in a marriage. You got a good bed, you're not going to wake up pissed off, and then you're starting the day off hot together.
You know it.
I'm so confused. I
Other,
think that's a premium episode.
Other metaphors for trenches.
I'm confused too. And
I don't know.
I'm
No, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to come up with metaphors here. Just trying to come up with metaphors.
She's like, the bed's not good.
I just remember when we got the new mattress first morning we woke up. Oh yeah, and we were just happy.
We're talking about the mattress?
We're talking about the trenches.
Okay.
Sounds like more premium content.
Right.
We're talking about the trenches.
Understand how
Okay.
sturdy that bed is.
And for the Vikings, more important than ever, interior O-line and D-line.
Oh, you guys need more than that.
We're gonna need cornerbacks. We're gonna need a lot.
We're gonna need the plush pillow top mattress.
It's fine. They don't need draft picks.
We can only hope. We can only hope
everything
for
in
real
free
down.
Tempur-Pedic.
Can only hope for real down. We got them. We got the free agent bucks for down, but the draft capital for
Some new pillows
for
too.
synthetic.
some new pillows and a new comforter.
Yep.
A new duvet.
Yeah,
you know.
new duvet.
Here you
And
go.
quilt.
The Vikes could use a new duvet. Exactly. Okay.
Higher thread count sheets.
Our weekly MVP conversation has been concluded. Josh Allen wins. And good for him. Very good for him. I do like the argument as to what else do they have?
Right.
Which was your argument?
Yeah, he
Doc?
did more with less.
Did more with less, right?
Or the same with less.
It's crazy. It's crazy the season Lamar had. How he won MVP last year, and then had even a much better year than last year. He had an incredible year, one of the greatest years a quarterback has ever seen.
Yeah, because people had to respect his running back.
Yeah, exactly. Because he had an all-timer right behind him for sure. So two Hall of Famers in the backfield is going to be good for both of them, and it was very lucrative.
I don't like the narrative of he had to do more with less. I don't like the narrative of, I heard people talking about how he's just due for it. When you've got Lamar Jackson, when you've got Saquon Barkley dominating at a level much greater than him, in my humble opinion.
I still think McCaffrey could have won MVP last year.
Barkley.
2 seasons ago,
Oh, okay.
as in last year.
Gotcha.
I think it could have been. I think it could have been McCaffrey.
No doubt.
And in regular season, I don't know the comparisons. I wouldn't be surprised if total yards are similar. I know McCaffrey had more touchdowns. And yeah, Saquon is absolutely amazing. Pretty undeniably the best running back in the game. Again, so many touchdown runs where he doesn't get touched. He just didn't get touched. Because that O-line is massive. Did you see the comparison in the Super Bowl of the graphic they had of the O-lineman for the Packers in the first Super Bowl to the Eagles now?
That's like 100
No.
pounds.
An extra 4 inches and 100 more pounds on average. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Just huge men. Nuts. Very nuts. Awesome. Okay.
Awesome.
Well, that's going to do it. Except I do want to just give a shout out to the Wolves. Doc, can I get now woo?
Oh.
That's right, because A-Rod and Lowry win arbitration over that snake motherfucker Glen Taylor.
Yeah.
Let's go,
Fuck that
baby.
guy.
Seriously, let's go. This is great news. We've lost 2 straight since then, and we'll probably lose tonight. We are so injured right now. It sucks. Just as we were getting on a roll, now we're super injured, and we're doing bad again. We lost another close game that we should have won against the Bucks without Dame or Giannis. Didn't have either of them, and we lost.
Go Bucks. Go
We
Bucks.
didn't lost. I'm a fan of the Bucks too. They're like second, third favorite. I like watching them because I love Giannis. I loved Chris Middleton too, but you guys had to trade him for Kyle Kuzma. I get it. Chris Middleton's cooked. Anyway, great for the Wolves. That's awesome. We've all been waiting for it. Retire KG's jersey now. What are we waiting for? Let's go. Like, subscribe. YouTube.
Buy
TikTok.
merch off
Spotify.
the website.
Check out the shop. Secondoffice.com.
We have Under Armour hats now.
We have Under Armour hats now. He's wearing it.
There's no excuse.
Patreon. Get access to our shit a week early. We're on TikTok. Brandon's killing it on TikTok. Look at us go on TikTok. What else, guys? We do it all.
Well, yeah, when you subscribe to the premium content, you'll get a discount code for the merch, so you can save yourself some money.
Sweet ass
Everybody
money.
likes that.
If you want an Under Armour hat, you get a deal on it if it says the Second Office on it.
That's what he just said.